In this video, I'll discuss how to use the normal calculator on StatCrunch. Here's the problem we're going to be discussing. The distribution of height of males in the United States is roughly normally distributed with a mean of 70 and a standard deviation of 3. What percent of adult males are taller than 72 inches, shorter than 68 inches? What percent are between 67 and 71 inches? What about the top 10%, or the bottom 15%, or the middle 50%? We're going to handle all of these questions using the normal calculator on StatCrunch. So we're going to go under Stat, Calculators, Normal. Calculators, Normal. And there you have it. Now you will notice the mean is set to 0 and the standard deviation is set to 1. Those are the defaults for the standard normal calculator or the standard normal distribution, or when we're using z-scores that have a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. But for our adult males, the mean is 70 and the standard deviation is 3. Now, the first question asked, what percent of adult males have a height more than 72 inches? So we're going to change this less than to a greater than, and we're going to enter 72 inches. Okay. So there you have it. In decimal form, it's 0.25249. So if we wanted to round to 1 or 2 decimal places, it would be 25.25%. 25.25% of adult males have a height that is more than 72 inches. The next part of the question says, for the same population, what is the percent of males that will be, whose height will be less than 68 inches? So we're going to switch back to less than, and we're going to change this to 68. No need to change the mean and standard deviation. It's the same population of adult males. So less than 68, compute. Oh my goodness, that's 25.25 as well. 25.25% of the adult males have a height less than 68 inches. All right, so for the next problem, we are going to evaluate what percent of the males have a height between 67 and 71 inches. So we have to change from standard, which is a less than or equal to between, which is in between two numbers. In between what? We want in between 67 and 71 inches. And once again, we're going to hit compute. So if we change this to a percent, it is 47.2%. The 9 bumps this up to a 2. 47.2% of the males have a height between 67 and 71 inches. Now we're going to change the question. We're going to change the question to say, okay, Here's a percent. Now you tell me the boundary values. For example, suppose we want to know the top percent of male heights. So instead of entering a boundary value, we're going to enter a percent. We want the top 10%, so we're going to change this to greater than, and we're going to enter the percent. In the percent, the top 10% would be 0.10. And we're going to compute, and there you have it. As far as the heights go, the top 10% are taller than 73.84 inches. The top 10% are taller than 73.84 inches. Now let's look at another question. What about the bottom 15%? If we're talking the bottom, we have to change this to a less than. And we're given a percent. The bottom 15%. In decimal form, 15% is 0.15. And we're going to hit compute. And there you have it. 15% of adult males have a height that is less than 66.89 inches. Once again, 15% of adult males have a height that is less than 66.89 inches. And finally, we're going to switch to the middle percent, or boundaries that are in the center of the distribution. So we're going to switch to between. And between what? Well, we're going to want the middle 50%. We're going to enter a percent of 0.50, and we are going to find the middle 50%. And there you have it. Look at the picture. You should be looking at the picture each time to make sure it is reasonable. So the middle 50% of males have a height that is between, now if we're doing some rounding here, 67.98 inches and 72.02 inches. Said it again. 50% of adult males have a height that is between 67.98 inches and 72.02 inches.